Tampa?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. As YouTube won't let me answer the question. I think YouTube's upset at that question. I really do. They're like kind of getting the same thing over and over again, so they don't want me to answer it. I don't even know. Do I wait? I don't want YouTube. Okay,
we're back.
I'm back. Okay. She asked me what I'm expecting for my second one, my second rally with Red Side. To be honest, I don't really know. I don't know what to expect because I don't know what's going to be different. I know what to expect as in what I think would be the same, but I'm not 100% sure what'll change. I don't know what the difference will be when you cut capacity in half. I don't know what the difference will be when you go from people who were from the Ohio Rust Belt area to people who currently live here.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen when you change it from a Tuesday afternoon on a rainy day to a sunny Saturday. There are a lot of different factors between tomorrow and earlier this week. So honestly, I'm kind of just going to let it happen. I'm not really going to go in and look for any expectations. I know it's a little bit of a cop-out, but I really don't have any.
No, it's okay.
I don't really have any expectations. I am excited though. I'm excited for some changes, you know, like I can talk about a rally that I worked at. I'm excited to be able to talk about rallies that I worked at, and that's an exciting difference. You can start to compare and contrast. This is my first time in the state of Ohio as well, so thank you for having me.
Me too.
Yeah, we love having you, man.
And so, like, even on the plane, I actually prefer the aisle seat, but I was pushed into the window today, which was rough, but I actually got to look out the window of the flight. I looked outside, and there, on the way here, I just kept seeing a lot of farmland.
I saw it too. It was so pretty.
And it was really cool to look at. Definitely very different than, you know, the kind of woods that I'm used to seeing landing in Atlanta or kind of that Bay Area of landing in Tampa, which is the airport I fly into all the time back home. And you know, it's very different, very different. And so I'm excited to get to travel around the country and see the different parts of this country, you know, this flyover country that is a little disrespectful. So I'm excited to kind of see the differences that makes in the attitudes and in the personalities that are going to be seen tomorrow.
No, that's a great answer. Thank you so much. And I wanted to mention we got a comment from Roland Roller. He said, "Can we expect expect a Trump that is for the people this week?" Yes, Roland, for sure.
Always.
He always is for the people, just for, you know, the common American
You're not allowed
worker.
to say that on YouTube.
They
don't want you to support him.
Black screen. So when we come back, Roland, I'm gonna answer that again.
Yeah, I need to say something on YouTube when we come back too, because people are getting confused and leaving thinking the stream is over.
Yeah, the stream is not over, guys.
But
I
the
know
people
we're
that
back.
need to know that are being... Okay, let me do
we're
it really
back.
quick while
Yep.
they're on YouTube. So while YouTube is not censoring us, when we go black,
We come back.
we always come back.
That's okay.
That was funny and I laughed.
Oh my god.
But they, sorry guys, when we go
Take it
black,
over.
we will come back.
Water.
I just came up with that kind of on the spot. I'm feeling that's our new Rsbn slogan. Joe, make that official. Reserve that, copyright, whatever you gotta do legally. When we go black, we will always come back.
So don't leave, the stream's not over. We're just being
So
censored.
I hope you were listening because we just went black again. I'm not allowed to be creative.
Now we're going to get censored even more.
So, really quick, right before we answer what Joe texted us,
They are censoring us.
I mean, what are we looking at?
what are we looking at, James?
That's his private channel. That's you guys. It's black screen, but not on his private channel.
Whose private channel? Joe's?
Joe's.
So it's not black screen on his, but on the regular one it is black screen.
It's proof.
But
Alright,
I mean,
so basically what our camera guy and what Joe just confirmed with us, and let's see if YouTube lets me get it out. So on Joe's private channel, there's never any black screen. On the public one that you guys are on, and that we're on, it goes on black screen. And so they've got the browser.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
This, Joe, I see you. they
I'm
won't see me
going
if
to
I
New
see
York
you.
next week, and I'm so tempted to show up at headquarters and
You
just.
know,
but I don't.
headquarters in California.
Joe's calling
Really?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe's calling right now.
Joe's calling. We're gonna put him on the line.
Oh my
Hey.
God, guys.
Hey, put me on speaker.
You are. You want to? I'll put you up to the mic.
Okay, so what I've done is a test. This was James' idea, actually. I can't believe I never thought about it before, but this is what I'm doing right now. I don't know if we're black screened or what's the deal on YouTube right now. I really want to wait till it comes back because I want everybody to hear the proof live, so I'm going to hopefully wait until this black screen goes away and then I'll say it. But I've created a little test to let me know when we come back on YouTube, please, because I don't want to say all this and once the YouTube people are hearing it, I want them to go over to my channel
We're still
and
black.
see.
They may not go back now.
Watch, they won't do it now
We're
because
back.
I'm talking.
Oh, we're back.
Are we?
We're
No, we're
back.
not.
We're
Yes,
back
sir.
on,
We're
Joe.
back. Go, Joe.
That's what I'm saying.
For those that are watching now on right side, I just want everybody to know because everybody's always like a little sketchy on this. Oh, there can't be YouTube doing this to you, to your channel or whatever. But here's what I'm doing. I'm using the exact same computer, the exact same encoder, which is XSplit right now, and I'm streaming to 2 different YouTube channels with the same equipment. So this channel is on, this video right now is also live streamed on my Joe Seals YouTube account, my personal YouTube account. No black screen. It's also being live streamed to Right Side Broadcasting channel and black screen. So if you watch, compare the 2 broadcasts, you'll see it's the exact same feed, but only Rsbn gets the black screens. So it's not anything in my setup or anything like that or anything that we're doing. It's only in Rsbn. And that's what I'm trying to say is that Steve Lookner worked for us for a year and got black screen using the exact same setup, the exact same studio, the exact same equipment. As soon as he moved channels to Agenda Free TV, he does not get any black screens using the exact same equipment.
We're black again, Joe.
I'm wondering if it's not.
The only thing different I'm seeing is the 60 frames per second on the RSP.
I think it would be like an ad revenue thing.
No, it's censorship.
But what if it? I'll discuss it later. Like,
I can't hear you. What now?
is your personal one also ad revenue? Like, I wonder if they're just doing this because of they don't think what we're saying is
You do have to.
user friendly for the
His
advertisers.
personal account does not have.
I don't think
ability
so,
to
but-
get ads. He doesn't have enough
Think-
views.
Think about it.
He can have like
Why
10,000 views a month.
Why don't they do that to any other channel? Why is it just us? I mean, none of it makes sense. So I gave up trying to figure it out.
We're
The
back
only-
now, Joe.
The only answer is they're doing it on purpose because nothing else makes sense.
Yeah, no. I mean, I know that. I'm just trying to think of.
Joe, the only thing
Oh, that's what I'm doing. So people want to watch this broadcast on YouTube, but you don't want to get the black screen. I'm not set up for Super Chat, I don't think, but you can watch it on my Joe Seals, and you won't get a black screen. At least not yet, anyway, until they figure out how to get into my account and give me a black screen.
We're gonna have
That's
to
all.
create like 100 YouTube channels.
Right. All right. That's it.
Thank
Carry
you.
on.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Bye.
All right, so to summarize what Joe kind of told you guys, if you were able to understand it, just want to make sure you guys are there. I know it cut in and out a couple times. We compared 2 browsers, one with a regular kind of guest or basic account on YouTube, and next to a private account on YouTube that is Joe's account. And basically ran the same stream, it was the exact same timing. Joe's stream, no black screen at all, just kept going through. The public one, like right now, kept going black. It kept going in and out, did the flickering and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of leave that there.
Everyone's insane censorship of, the right. Or even if Trump would find out what was happening, like not only do we have so many other setbacks, but it's almost impossible to start a media company that, once again, monopolies, but not really, but these fake news organizations,
conservatives.
It's not just like
Being-
starting a small business is always hard, but this is so many more setbacks than most people. I mean, demonetizations all the time. Like, we're used to it. We don't expect to have a stream that doesn't get demonetized at this point, no
Yeah.
matter how family friendly. What else? The black screens that they give us. I don't know. It's just, man, they make it difficult. This should not be legal. I don't
Well,
if
you know,
it-
there's been organizations like Prager University where they've gone after, you know, censorship and taken it all the way to the United States Supreme Court. So I anticipate that, you know, in the future, these things are going to happen because, you know, people get censored, you know, or people get targeted, or the shadow banning on Twitter. You know, push comes to shove, you know, people are going to say, hey, you know, you have a monopoly in this certain business or this certain genre. You know, you have complete control over this. Think about AT&T, Microsoft. They developed these monopolies, and the government came in and you know,
Periscope stuff.
they were forced to divide up. So, you know, I anticipate, you know, something like that is going to happen in the future. I don't know if it's going to be sooner or later or what, but, you know, we've had our channel, Right Side Broadcasting Network, we've had these problems before. We continue to have them, and something has to be done. Something, you know, we're not going to give up. We're still going to do our jobs, and that's all we can do, is to do our jobs and to keep pushing forward. Now, you know, people are watching, people are talking about the censorship. So I'm sure at some point something, you know, something bigger is going to be done. And, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens as we go forward into the future, because this is the new media. Cable rates are going up. People are no longer paying for cable. They're choosing their phone bill over their cable bill. So they have the internet. They have, you know, they have unlimited data on their phones. So now, you know, and then they're able to hook up the internet to their television. So the internet media is the future is here. The interaction in the chat. This is the future of media, and they can't hold people hostage. This is the United States of America. People have First Amendment rights. People have freedom of speech. People have, you know, the freedom to assemble, to gather, to, you know,
Amen.
and this is we live in a
What?
capitalistic society, you know,
stopped.
advertising and things. So
Joe did it.
Okay. I thought we
I
were
don't know.
getting
We'll see
black
what
screen
happens.
all
We'll
over.
see what
I
happens.
made, we're testing more things, and
Okay.
it accidentally shut down Facebook.
Okay, so Facebook isn't
Coming back
censoring
up.
us. We're trying to do some test runs behind the scenes right now with production to see some stuff. So, the
Okay,
other ones are
Facebook's
good.
We're
back.
going to go back and test afterwards.
That was-
Not live.
Facebook and Periscope was our doing. You don't have to hate them yet. Just YouTube.
I'm typing in the chat right now.
I think Joe
So
bring
once
it back.
again, I just want to, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but if you, for some reason, like this crazy stream with black screens everywhere, and you're thinking like, wow, they go through a lot to try and give us these rallies and these speeches from the president, and you want more of it, or you just feel compelled to help people that need it, you can donate to rsbnetwork.com/donate. Every penny from that will go straight to travel expenses and directly related to the rallies. There are going to be 5 to 6 a week starting now, really, according to NPR. And that's expensive. So we'd really love every donation, and probably won't talk too much more about it tonight, but
Yeah, I'll run
Stay
down
tuned.
real quick the different ways without all the details because you heard them earlier. But one way is to donate here on YouTube. But of course, we're encouraging you guys to donate through PayPal. If you go to our website, rsbnetwork.com/donate, it's the first link right there. We do get to keep 90% of that compared to that 70% on YouTube. You can also donate monthly on patreon.com, and that's where you will receive fun things like hats, pens, pencils, stickers, mugs, just different things to remember us by, and tote bags And of course, at each rally, we do a really fun contest.
Yeah.
And we had 3 winners last night. That was really fun getting to, wait with you guys in the chat and draw a bunch of names. Just that anticipation there was so much fun. But anyways, we're giving out things like America blankets, t-shirts, and America socks. And of course, Rsbn gear. So tomorrow, all you have to do is go to rsbnetwork.com/enter. You can actually enter your name and information, and that is one free entry. And then from then on, if you would like to enter again, because of course, the more times you enter, the higher your chances are of winning. You just donate $25, and each donation is an entry. And yeah, so it's a really fun way to donate, and we might change things up a little bit there, just to make sure that we're not drawing names, to make sure people are in the chat until like 1 in the morning. So we're still working through that, but we'll update you guys tomorrow.
Another fun fact about how hard we're working, we are almost at the point after 3 straight rallies that our voices are disappearing and our throats are hurting. So we stopped and grabbed a bag of little cough drops to help us. So we are working really hard, you guys. Alyssa was making jokes how she's working so hard, like just not talking all the time, that when finally, like when work is over and her friends call, she's like, I want to talk to them, but I also don't want to talk.
Yeah.
So lots of talking. Hope you like it. Hope y'all appreciate it. And if you do, y'all know how to donate.
Yeah, we're going in and out. We've
So
got
blatantly obvious.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. It really is. I'm getting frustrated actually.
I feel bad for you because like
Makes you want to.
I don't know if I feel it's always been happening, but this like flashing screen thing is pretty crazy.
Okay, we're back right now.
I mean, no. Max's is flashing.
Mine's flashing. No, it's stopped. Every time we, a lot of times when we.
I literally feel like I'm in Stranger Things. Do y'all remember the interview I did at the lady? That kind of, she was a little off, and she talked about how her apartment like flickers and literally.
Don't worry, the electric bill is paid. Don't worry.
Should I?
You can. So we're gonna hold up right now the computer screen, which is going to show 2 separate streams. One is from Joe's personal account, and one is what y'all are seeing on the Rsbn YouTube account. It is total proof of censorship. It's basically showing that, just the Rsbn account has to deal with these black screens and nobody else.
We're still
stay there.
species.
Good thing there's
We're not-
nothing.
Yeah, he knows.
Except when they do see it, they won't be able to see anything because it won't be black screened. You can pause it. Can't you screen capture it and show them?
Joe's.
I'm about to switch over to Joe's YouTube chat.
Okay, I'm done because that hurts.
It's gonna come back ready to sit down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Joe's channel.
This is amazing.
Joe Seals. So if you want to do what I'm doing, I am getting off my YouTube page and I'm going over to Joe Seals' YouTube page. Joe, I am officially subscribed to your channel. Do I want to turn on notifications?
I wonder if we did like a Rsbn marathon, like if we did something all like a 24-hour, how long they would
How many people are watching
keep
here?
black screening like all night long.
We have 36 beautiful, lovely people watching on Joe's.
Oh, good.
And
I got 141 on the regular.
That's still...
It's amazing.
that's a cool. I'm glad I was able to prove that.
You're so smart, Q.
Yeah.
There's still some other tests.
Our cameraman is Q.
Don't say that, Liz.
And now it'll go black for the rest of the podcast. Thanks for that.
There are some other tests I want to run offline, but I think it's real. I want to narrow out a couple.
I want to wrench YouTube. That's Mod Talk, in case you didn't know, Max.
I did. I've heard you use it before. I catch on faster than you think I do.
Mod talk.
Mod Talk. Honestly, my brother teaches me everything I know
You ever
about
see anything like this?
computer lingo.
And everything else.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No, I teach him a lot.
Sometimes when I'm doing a broadcast, it'll do this, but I don't
Don't ever.
know if
This
it's ever
is
been this
extended.
bad. Yeah. And a couple times
I do have
at
some
the end of
ideas.
my
I mean,
broadcast, it would just stop the stream.
Tom, the
before it
people
was
want to
done.
know, are you going to host that marathon?
Absolutely.
You're going to go 24 straight?
Oh, absolutely. It'd be a blast.
I think you could do it.
Kind of scary, isn't it?
Hey, you're the one who came up with it.
Oh no, I keep coming up with these ideas.
So
and
on
it's just-
election day, during
We're
the
back
midterm,
right now.
Bob-
Hey,
Tom-
guys.
Hey guys,
gotta stop
Welcome back
thinking.
to our channel.
breaking right side broadcasting
No.
news. Tom is going to do a 24-hour marathon on the election day,
Oh.
November 6th.
I mean,
Wow,
for Tom,
that-
that's not
call
even
it.
anything.
It's not anything.
You know,
Tom can do
Let
it.
me
I hope
tell
you
you all
help
about
me.
what Tom does. So Tom, we
You can
worked.
show up with some White Castle.
We worked in Tampa. He didn't get in until like midnight. He worked all day the next day. He came to us and did our stream with us until about 1 in the morning. Immediately left, like gone. Managed to get his way back to Pennsylvania, and then drove to Ohio. Yes, 2 days ago, and then we worked nonstop until last night at 1 a.m. And Tom left around 3 a.m. to get back to Ohio in order to take care of business and then drive back here. I mean, this man, Tom. Coffee? Or do you want to do a sponsored plug for
I
Red
wanna-
Bull and
No,
try and
I
get some?
I'd like to thank my Buick Regal, 4 horses. 4 horses for getting me here. You know, it's an amazing car, and you know, it's funny. You just change the oil and replace the transmission fluid and do a coolant flush. You'd be surprised how far you can go.
Yeah, amen to that. I'm lucky. My brother always makes sure everything is like done, and our cars last 200,000 miles easy.
I'm at 320.
320,000 miles is what one of our cars
Wow.
is at. It's about
so
time
good.
to
What kind of car is it?
Dodge Durango.
Those are nice.
That's
Yeah.
actually impressive. My family used to have a Durango, and that thing would break all the time.
Well, this is our
No.
third Durango.
One problem other than a fuel pump.
What year is it?
7?
2009.
2?
Or 7. 7 or 9.
7. I definitely would have been at least in middle
Kind
school.
of 10-8. So I'm messing with you, right?
We had a 2002, a
That is
2007,
impressive, though, people.
and then I think a 2014.
I've had a couple of them.
You're so cool.
Running on that strong energy.
I've got Dragon Energy.
That's right.
I also took a 2-hour nap, so that was
I've got Dragon Energy.
Well, they had to fly in a storm today. You know, their flight was delayed. Alyssa,
Yeah, it was
Liz?
delayed a couple times. Not too bad, really, just about an hour in total. But it was so dark at, I almost said midnight, because it is midnight. But at noon, it was really, really dark and just looked like it was, 9 o'clock at night, and it was noon. So super dark, cloudy. But thankfully, we got to,
Did you have a lot of turbulence?
It was really smooth.
No?
some towards the end.
Maybe it was like the calm after the storm
Yeah.
that we were flying in. We waited the storm out, and that's why we were delayed.
My flight went really well. I enjoyed it.
It's really good. I'm so glad.
So I have the AirPods and I had to recharge once we were on the tarmac, like waiting to unload. Baby was just non-stop, and I'm so glad I could drown out that music because it was rough. But yeah, man, it was a good flight. Other than that,
Good.
Delta's much better than Spirit. That's what I'm used to. So it just feels like I'm kind of going luxury every time. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. I'm glad you guys had a decent flight. But yeah, it'll be nice to be back in the air on Sunday.
Yeah.
Tom gets to drive back to Youngstown.
Oh yeah, I got
so-
an easy drive back,
Which you guys all know. They do. They all talk about where you're going to be, how long your drive is to the next round all the time. Even before the stream starts.
Oh.
Washington
They'll be
State.
like,
Oh,
Tom's
boy.
drive must be short for this one, or this was a long drive for Tom. They all know you drive for these things.
Yeah, they're like, "Where's Tom? Oh, he's on the road."
Well, that's my way of giving back. That's my donation is, driving instead of flying, I guess you could say. It saves the company some money. But it's, traveling, whether you fly or drive or, take a bus or a train, it's a lot of work and it's stressful. And, it takes a lot out of you. So traveling is not an easy thing to do. And if you're doing it constantly, like 3 rallies in 1 week, and I guess, things are this is just the beginning of it. It's a lot of, it gets pretty tiring. And, but we're on the train. We're not giving up. Black screen, no black screen, flickering lights, whatever. We're in this to win it.
Yes, we're back. And a non-person asked if the rally is still at the fairgrounds. It is not. It's at Olentangy Orange High School gymnasium. Wow, that must be a huge gym then to see that many people. At 2840 East Orange Road, Lewis Center, Ohio 43035. In case you were in the area, please come and make sure to get there hours ahead of time so you're able to get in.
So there's actually just a recent question. I think I want to go back to answering people's questions, and I think they're kind of getting tired of the whole YouTube black screen thing. Maybe they'll stop blocking us if we go a little bit off topic here. So a question from someone in the chat. Do you guys like flying? Tom, how about we start with you? Do you like flying?
Well, no, I don't like flying. I like to be close to the ground. I like to be ground level. So I'm afraid of heights. I'm not a real big heights person, but I'm getting used to it. Our last rally in Tampa, I think that was only the 3rd time I've ever flown on a plane. I just not a big traveler. I've always,
You are now.
But I have driven many trips. My first road trip when I was 12 years old, that would be 1986. We took a family trip to Disney World in Orlando, Florida, close to where we were just at. So I remember that vividly. We drove a 1978 Chevy Caprice, one of them big cars, 4 doors. You could, I don't know, it's like driving a bed down the road. The car was so big and roomy. And, I have a sister, my parents and my sister and I drove down there, and we had a great time. It was a great experience.
Good.
And, those kind of things. So, and I've driven to the University of Notre Dame many times. Big Notre Dame Irish fan. My sister went to school there. My best friend, who now lives in Charleston, South Carolina, he went to school there. So, I went there up there I went to college in Dayton, Ohio. So, either from Youngstown or Dayton, drove to South Bend, Indiana many times. And then when my friend moved to Charleston, South Carolina back in 2001, I've driven to Charleston, South Carolina at least twice a year, maybe 3-4 times a year ever since. So,
Charleston's
that's a good 12-hour drive from Ohio to South Carolina along the coast. And his daughter, I'm the godfather of his daughter. And so it's a wonderful place. Charleston's like, second home to me. Been there many times. And then working for Rsbn, I drove as far as Great Falls, Montana. So, drove to Duluth, Minnesota, drove to Fargo, North Dakota, Great Falls, Montana. I got to drive through Wyoming coming back from Montana. I brought the equipment back to Auburn, Alabama after the Montana rally. So from Montana, I drove south. So I drove through Wyoming for the first time. Wyoming, I was fascinated with the state of Wyoming. It's actually the smallest state in population. And so I always wanted to just visit there. So I got to visit there and, drive through great states like Iowa, Illinois, Missouri. We're going to definitely be visiting there for a rally. Their primary's coming up.
Their primary's next week on August 7th for you Missourians out there.
Yeah.
The Senate primary between Josh Hawley, Austin Peterson, and Tony Minetti for the GOP. So fire Claire out in Missouri.
Yeah. But President Trump is kind of laying low right now. And once that primary is over and the Republican nominee is declared, the voters pick who they want to represent their party. We're going to be visiting Missouri.
Or it could be next week, right before that.
Before
that primary.
If he makes an endorsement, but I don't think it's been such a.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, but you're right. Missouri is a hot spot for that for sure. Alyssa, Liz, what do you guys like to fly?
Yeah, I also like to ride in the car, but I don't like to drive.
Okay.
growing up with like 5 kids, so we were a family of 7. Flying was super expensive, so we called the Big Green Van. Mom, I know you're watching. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was a Mark III, I think is the name. So if you know, you know. Those things where they had like the back seat was a bed. I mean, it was just really nice. We would sleep. We also had minivans, and I just slept everywhere. And I'm still the same way. I'll just sleep and go. I'll wake up and I'm there.
Yeah, I like flying. I think it's really relaxing. I always love to be at the window seat and, you know, try to get those cute pictures, just some beautiful views, skylines. And then, of course, I like to sleep on the plane as well, especially traveling
just like to
this.
sleep.
We do. We really
Any way
do.
that we can sleep.
Yeah, and I can fall asleep anywhere.
Me too.
It's pretty bad. But yeah, it's a blessing. So I always get kind of mad when they announce that we're getting close to landing because I want to keep sleeping. Unless I'm going to see like family or my best friend in Texas, then I like can't wait to get off. But on a regular basis, I don't like it. And I wanted to, I can't remember who said it, but
Wait, do you like flying?
Oh, I love flying. Absolutely love it.
Did you answer that? I don't even know.
I
No, not
answered it
yet.
in the chat. I didn't answer
Okay.
it verbally. I love flying a lot. It's a lot more fun than any other form, really. I love taking off. I love landing too. It's a lot of fun. Just kind of that burst of speed. And it's just pretty chill. If I have the aisle. If I have the aisle, I'm really enjoying it. Anywhere else, I'm enjoying it a little bit less. I want that left side of the plane so I can stick my right leg out because it's more comfortable than sticking my left leg out. My right leg's the dominant leg, so it's just more comfortable. They think I'm weird for this.
I am. I'm judging you.
So flying back from Tampa. Okay, we got.
I
we got
thought
to
you just
choose-
sat with me because you liked me. You sat.
I sat
on-
there because it was the right. There was like no other right side of the aisle, left side of the plane on the aisle. We had to choose our seats, and there was like only about 2/3 of the plane empty, full at least. And so I wanted the left side of the plane on the aisle, and so I really wanted to stick out my right leg. That's the preferred seat. I will pay certain airlines to choose my seat. For that, if I know that I'm gonna get stuck in between 2 people, I will pay that money. It's more than worth it for me. It's so much more comfortable. Or get to those planes early and
This is
volunteer.
something you're passionate about.
I love flying.
It really
Or
is.
volunteer to sit in the emergency exit row.
Wow.
Then you can stretch both of them way out. Tall guys, listen up. Emergency exit row is the way to go, I promise. You get that extra like 6 inches, really nice.
They need the airlines when they are trying to get you to pay to choose your seat. I always click no because I think it's useless.
It depends.
But they should use you as like a little
It's a-
quick commercial.
It depends. Some airlines charge like a flat, like I know on Delta, no matter which seat you're choosing, it's 20. In Spirit, it charges, so if you're towards the front,
They get you
plane,
on
it's
everything.
like 25. If you choose something towards the back, it's like 10. And it's really worth
It's like
it
if you take
move back.
1,000 breaths while you're on this flight.
Exactly. Spirit, the bare fare. But if you want to sit, you can choose it in the back, and it's cheaper than choosing a seat up front. It's better.
You also have like a 0.1% more chance of dying
No,
in the back of a plane.
Well,
but flying's the safest form of transportation. So
It
everyone
is.
listen to that. You guys are good at flying. Flying's a lot better than most forms of travel. I promise. I prefer it.
And I wanted to shout out a couple things. I can't remember who said it, but someone said Tom is a fountain of geographical wisdom. Love that comment. That was really funny and true. And Roger Vega donated $15 and said Liz, Tom, Alyssa, Max in the order of seniority at Rsbn. Great job, y'all. Thank you so much, Roger.
Dr. Joidol, sorry, I know I'm butchering that, said TSA equals sexual harassers. It's kind of funny because I lost my ID sometime between yesterday and today, so I had to get searched very well today. And Alyssa and James were sitting back and like trying not to laugh, watching me get my pat down, but it's it was fine. I mean, it's
Sorry,
really the
Liz.
best. It's cool. It's kind of like a mini massage we joked about, but they really.
I'm always losing stuff too, you know.
Oh, you mean you're sorry about me losing my ID?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you meant about the pat down. Like,
Oh
okay.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, no, I'm pretty bummed about the ID.
Yeah,
It was like one of my favorite ID pictures. But it's cool.
sad day.
I thought I lost my wallet the morning before we
did.
took off for Tampa. Like
And you
before we
found
left.
it.
And I found
Yes,
it.
that's
It
I
was in
thought
my
I would
backpack.
find it.
If we're being completely honest, the same thing happens. I left work today at 2 o'clock and I had to change in my car and drive to Atlanta to the airport, and I couldn't find my wallet. I didn't remember where I put it because I just thought, like, I remember packing my backpack. It's like, I put it in my backpack. I did. I took apart my entire backpack, couldn't find it. Turns out it was in the glove compartment,
Oh.
which I never thought I would have ever put it
weird,
there,
yeah.
but I decided to put it there this morning at like 6 a.m., which sucked.
Oh, wow.
But, yes, losing your ID traveling probably sucks. I've never done it. I'm terrified of doing it.
It was
because,
surprisingly easy to get through TSA.
That's scary.
It wasn't, yeah, I mean, it kind of was scary. I didn't need anything, but,
I mean,
Actually,
you
right now
showed
I'm
them a
changing-
few things: insurance,
yeah.
credit cards.
I'm changing my Facebook name because the thing is when I lose something, like in Auburn, my name, I go by Liz Willis. So, like, if you ever found a form of my ID, it's Laura Elizabeth.
Oh,
So
yeah.
sometimes people will find you on the internet and message you and ship it to you, but if they searched my license name, there's no way they would find me.
That's
so
true.
I'm gonna switch
Good idea.
and pray that somebody messages me.
And did they ask you a lot of questions today too? Was there like a
Not a single question. I did. She said I gave them my my little Rsbn thing, but we made those ourselves, so it's not like
yours looks pretty good though.
we did a good job on it.
Yeah.
But I gave him my insurance, but he didn't even ask me like what my name was, so it's cool. I mean, I'm not mad.
Jimmy Rance actually asks a pretty cool question right now. What's it like working next to the super big news network Hot Shots? Is it intimidating?
No, they're very professional. Everybody's so focused on their job. I mean, you can't get starstruck. You've got to do your job. You don't have time to talk to anybody, and you're thinking and you're taking notes and
Yeah.
you're strategizing and we're helping each other if we need something to drink or the equipment. Oh my gosh!
I was
mean,
definitely starstruck when I first started. When I went, Joe flew me pretty inexperienced to CPAC, which is the Conservative Political Action Committee that's held once a year. And I mean, I just saw everyone, Jesse Waters, Katie Pavlich, Judge Janine Pirro, and they're just walking past. Our Ted Cruz was there, was another one. And so at the time, I'd always stop and ask for selfies. But now I'm really used to it. They're just nice people, and, you know, they're just exhausted as much as anyone else is, working really hard, so.
I will say,
You were starstruck.
okay, hold on.
And they're not gonna
let
like
me
it.
clarify. Okay, so first off, I do want to say that I was able to go to Turning Point USA's Student Action Summit in December of last year. Really fun, really exciting. Got to see very similar people. Look, right as we go back to politics, YouTube goes black screen. No joke.
Wow.
we should
No
just talk
joke.
about the weather.
For you guys that are listening on Facebook and Periscope, so I got to talk to a lot of mainstream or not really talk to, but meet a lot of those kind of mainstream people. Got a picture with Sebastian Gorka and
Cool,
Joe
man.
Walsh, who
Cool.
does radio show in Illinois and was a former congressman over there. So really cool people like that. So I wasn't starstruck, and I don't like. Okay, I really want to clarify this. And I'm glad I have a moment to do that. A lot of people gave me a lot of flack for the Acosta interview that I did on Tuesday. And I wanted to clarify something. I was a little excited, not totally because of who he was, if we're being completely honest, but more of the opportunity to do it in my first rally that I got to work at. It was somebody that I had recognized watching so much coverage from the White House, so much coverage of politics for years. I mean, I've been watching stuff. I'm a strong believer in watching things from multiple networks, and so CNN was one of those networks since 2014, actually. So I knew who he was, and I was just excited to be able to have a conversation with him, not because I'm a fan of his, not because I like what he has to say. In fact, there are a lot of things he has to say that I get pretty annoyed about, but there's a respect there for what he does, and there's a respect there even though I disagree with a lot of the ways he does it and a lot of things he says. I was excited to be able to interview him at my first rally, to be able to have a conversation and ask him a question that I wanted to know the answer to, not ask him a question what his producers wanted him to answer.
Right.
And so that's why I got excited. I wasn't starstruck. I wasn't excited because, oh my gosh, it's Jim Acosta. Like, let me hand him a business card. It was, I have the opportunity to do a kind of a really big interview for being at my first rally that I
Yeah.
worked at for less than 6 hours.
Yeah.
It was a really kind of just jump into the deep end kind of thing. So I really wanted to kind of clarify that and put that out there, guys.
You did a great job, Max. You were fair and respectful, and that's what we, ask for here at Rsbn. We have to, represent our company too, and our company is, fair and respectful of others, even if we disagree. We still have to treat other people as we would want to be treated. So, it just. The people at the rallies now, they're asking, where's CNN? It's just blown up. And I think, it's just, Jim Acosta is a celebrity in his own right, and he was out there talking to the people on his own free will,
What is that?
talking to the people as they were standing at the media pen. So, whatever he says about that or how his reaction to it is his reaction. And, the people are excited at the rallies. They are excited, and they're fighting for President Trump. But the people that are attending the rallies, they're in their best behavior too. I mean, security is everywhere. Security is protecting the event. Security is protecting the President of the United States. Security is protecting the people attending, and security is protecting the media. So everybody's being watched and protected. The event is very secure, and everybody's communicating, and people are having fun too, because that's what it's all about. You got to have some fun. So I think that there's a little bit of some comedy relief there, and you got to have some. You've got to in politics, it's so unpredictable. I call it organized chaos. Expect the unexpected and have some fun. Because it is very stressful, it is very tedious, and it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of emotions involved, and a lot of people, they have so much invested, the energy. So you've got to blow off some steam sometime, and I think that the whole Jim Acosta thing was about blowing off steam on both ends.
And to kind of go back to that question of, is it intimidating? It's really not. Like he said, it's really respectful. There is a sense of camaraderie, not because you're all on the same team trying to report the same things and twist it however you want it, but it's just more of a mutual understanding of what you're doing there. Kind of like how you guys go to your own jobs and you work alongside the people you do. There's a mutual respect and understanding of like, hey, we know what we're doing. We're not going to get in each other's own way, and we might even help each other out if you want to be able to get a quick picture for an angle, if you want to be able to do a quick hit like we do. Sometimes we have to stand in an awkward walkway, and sometimes you'll see people stand off to the side, usually they walk in front, but sometimes you see them walk to the side or wait or walk behind or whatever they might do. There's a mutual respect and understanding there. It's not intimidating at all. In fact, if you're being completely honest, a lot of them you don't really recognize because they're just usually either beat reporters or they're kind of just local reporters or newspaper writers. At least where we are, we're behind the bleachers with cameras. That's where the four of us spend most of our time anyway. And so you're not really out there dealing. It's not like you've got people like Jesse Waters and Acosta's not at most of those rallies.
Waters used to be.
Waters used to be, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Like the campaign's over. We're talking midterms, and they're not going to
It
send
was
out.
after the campaign, but yeah.
And wasn't
Close
it
enough.
released today that Acosta won't be going
I didn't see
to
that.
any more
He got
rallies?
moved to CNN PR announced a change in position for him. He'll still be White House correspondent, but I believe he's got something going on at the main office in Atlanta that he'll be focusing in on more a little bit. That's
Okay.
my understanding. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, we saw an article about just how he thought his life was.
I know. We did. We read something today about, it wasn't him who was saying it, but somebody else was saying that based on his interview with him, he was 100% certain that Jim Acosta's life was at stake. And I have videos on my phone because I was right next to them during this little quarrel. And he's literally standing there smirking. So He doesn't look like a man who was scared for his life, needless
Yeah.
to say.
Well, like I said, the media has special security protection. They really do, and I know that he knows that. And
He had like 4 Secret Service men all right there.
And let's see, we got a question from Jimmy Rants. Do you all have journalism degrees of some kind, or are you working on getting one? Jimmy, I have my broadcast media degree from North Greenville University in South Carolina. Liz?
No, but I have a communications degree from Auburn University and a minor in business. But I don't really think mine's close enough, but I don't think that is a necessity. I've seen a lot of amazing people come up and be able to work with us who just have the passion, the heart, and the drive, and the natural born intelligence. But it's a cool question to know someone's background, but I also don't think it's a necessity.
Tom?
Well, I studied political science. Actually, I have a minor in geography, so I do like to travel. So I consider myself a political geographer.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
But I love people. I love politics. I love Rsbn. It's a great thing. It all came together. But I for my whole life, I've worked behind the scenes. Helping political candidates,
They're so lucky to
multiple
have you.
candidates.
The
And-
GOP in general.
What's that?
The GOP is so lucky to have you as a volunteer.
yes,
You're one of
they
the
are.
most pure-hearted men. Me and Alyssa
Well,
were
thanks.
talking about that earlier today. You're a nice guy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some of the party officials that I know from all around the state tomorrow. Our state chairman Jane Timken from Canton, Ohio. I'm hoping she'll be there and I'll be able to interview her. I know she's going to be really busy because she's kind of like lead the ceremonies and introduce the speakers. But then just friends from I know from around the state, local activists like myself, candidates, city council members. I just don't know who's going to show up. This was all kind of last minute too, so people have their own lives scheduled. So maybe not everybody's going to be able to make it. But I think it's going to be a big crowd. I'm assuming every President Trump rally we go, the crowd is so enormous. So why wouldn't it be here in Ohio? I mean, so the whole eastern part of the state, which is majority Democrat, all voted for President Trump. There was a huge crossover from registered Democrats voting for President Trump all along the eastern part of Ohio. And a lot of those supporters are going to show up. They're going to be driving in from other states. I have no doubt in my mind that there'll be people from Indiana driving. It's an easy drive right across I-70 from Indianapolis to Columbus. They'll be coming in from Pennsylvania. We just had a rally in eastern Pennsylvania, so why wouldn't people from Pittsburgh drive over to Columbus? That would be also on I-70 from the other direction, driving west from Pittsburgh to Columbus, a short drive. West Virginia, huge Trump country. They're going to be driving into Ohio for this rally, I would imagine. So Kentucky is not too far. A lot of supporters that from the neighboring states, they show up at these rallies. And if it's a Saturday, this is a weekend rally, people are off work. So, it's not football season yet. So, there's not many football games, college football games to be watching on a Saturday afternoon. So why not take a drive to a President Trump rally? It's a family fun event.
And Jimmy Rant said, thank you for answering about the degrees. I have a master's in physics and worked in geophysics. Yay, I am retired. And Max, you didn't get to answer that yet.
Sorry.
You're good, man. Yeah, I'm working on my journalism degree. These guys have all finished their degrees. I'm working on mine right now. I'm working on journalism and political science, going into my sophomore year at Auburn. So I got a little bit of ways to go, but I'm almost there. All right, relatively almost there. I guess not really that close.
Oh, Max, that's great.
The rally for the Michael Dean. What time does the rally start? Rally will begin at 6:30 Eastern tomorrow night. That'll be 6:30 Eastern. We're not sure which time we'll start our broadcast, but we do know that the actual rally will begin at 6:30.
And we'll start interviewing people in the afternoon, so around 2 in the afternoon. Tune in, and you know, you'll be able to watch the whole rally, the crowds outside. You know, we want you to come with us, like as if you're right there with us. So we're going to interview people and show you the whole crowd. We're going to pan the crowd, even in the high school gymnasium or the smaller event of 5,000 plus. So, you know, we'll be talking to a lot of people, and then we'll be showing the crowds, and then we'll be talking to people after the rally, and we're going to do a post stream right here from our rental home, Airbnb, tomorrow night, late at, night, and we're going to be drawing our contest winners. So pretty exciting. It's a full day of non-stop action on Right Side Broadcasting, and we're honored to bring it all to you.
Yes, and the names are on their way of the PayPal donors. So stay tuned for that, and we will be finishing it up right after that. So please, if you guys have any more questions, comments that you want us to read, please comment them here in the YouTube chat. Even if you are watching somewhere else but you're using the YouTube for chat, that is perfect. Feel free to ask. And let's see. I want to I want to say the names while we're not black screened, so
Good luck with that.
Go for
stay
it.
tuned.
Alyssa's dad is back in the chat, so we can get back to work. I haven't seen him this entire time.
Really?
Yeah,
Occasionally when I see that awful Steelers logo, then I know he's back.
Stop, it is the best
It's
logo.
the worst logo ever. It makes very little sense to anybody.
Oh,
It's just
stop.
3 random colors in a circle.
Well, that's
Why
steel,
is there
that's
no-
a steel worker
why is-
emblem. That's a steel, U.S. Steel.
Okay,
steel
well then,
worker.
I didn't know that. But secondly, why is the helmet only half of it have a logo? Put the logo on the other half. Commit.
Well, their jerseys didn't have any logo in the very beginning. They were just
But
all
then
black.
don't-
The helmets were all
don't
black.
do a logo or do a logo.
I'll make sure to
You're a
send you.
Browns fan.
Browns fan, we don't
Are you
have a
backing
logo.
up?
I just
Yeah, exactly. There's no logos on yours. Your helmet is your logo. Go Bucks. Chenille, if you're still in here, I know if you are, go Bucks for you. The rest of you guys, you need to get better NFL teams.
I don't think anybody likes the NFL anymore.
Yeah, I think that's pretty true, actually.
So something cool that's going to be new tomorrow. We're also going to be reading the super chat names, of course, as always. But we are also have a new script Joe's been working on where PayPal donations will show on the screen. So that's super exciting.
Cool.
We're back.
We're back.
Oh, great. So real quick, I will shout out those names that we have so far from PayPal. Thank you so much for your generous donations. Michael Olson, Robert Michael, Melinda Luzius, Thomas Lang, Matilda Morgan, and Michelle Morgan.
Thank you guys
so
much. We really appreciate it.
I think it's about time for y'all to get your White Castle.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we're gonna finish our laundry and then
We have laundry
pass
to do, some bathing to do. They have to eat dinner.
Yeah, spend a little bit.
It's 12:30 in the morning, and we got to wake up, and we're gonna have a full day of y'all. A lot of I call ourselves the Road Rally Team. And then I call us the Rally Gals. There's only 2 of us right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was that?
Don't worry about it. Keep going. Keep
He's
talking
glad
about-
he's not part of the Rally Gal.
Oh,
Or he's
hey.
sad.
I'm gonna bring
Tom
your
and I
girlfriend,
have-
and she
Tom-
can join
Tom
a
and I have
Rally
a
Gal.
Squad. We're good. We're good.
Well, y'all enjoy your White Castle. We
Oh,
had
we
a
will.
really nice,
Definitely.
healthy dinner down the street,
I'm glad.
farm to table style.
We're gonna make up for that.
We like to.
Would you like some
contribute-
onion rings?
We like to contribute
No,
to
thank
local-owned
you.
businesses, not mega corporations, importing.
There's nothing wrong with
Meats from
corporations.
China.
Corporations employ thousands of people across the country.
They also import their food from China, so you're eating.
I want proof of that. I want proof that they do that, or don't make that claim.
And on that
Go Google it.
We need to start a new stream.
Hold on, I'm googling it. Where did
Uh-oh.
Joe, we're gonna begin a new segment right before Alyssa's nightly recaps, where Liz and I debate random topics that the viewers choose.
Fast food wars.
Fast Food Wars is part 1.
Awesome.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Like figuring out where
People
all
are
the beef
entertained.
and cattle comes from, but most is from like Argentina, I feel like.
Mexico.
I want more proof of this. And you said China first, so don't.
Same
back
thing.
up. No, it's same
It
thing.
took my brain a few minutes to do it, but Argentina.
That doesn't seem like my
No
fault.
meat from Mexico.
Listen, whenever you're ready to sign off, go for
I
it.
hope
I'm
you
ready to
eat your
argue with you,
No,
so-
you're fine. So I hope everyone has a great night, and we will see you tomorrow around 2 p.m. Eastern, bringing you the rally at 6:30 here in Columbus, Ohio. The rally's technically in Lewis Center, Ohio. But stay tuned. It's going to be so much fun, and
Can't find it.
have a great night.
You're
Good night.
You're
Good
eating
night.
foreign meat. Good night.
I'm traveling homeward to Washington Square. I'm traveling homeward to Washington Square. Washington Square. Washington Square.